Hello there, this is Big Benedict. We're playing Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate, and we have just acquired the Shadow Claws, allowing us to do this. So you don't have to move the left analog stick left or right, you just need to tap the X button. I have discovered more story content, so there's no reason you shouldn't need to hear spoilers here. Alucard is Trevor, and I'll go into it a little bit later in depth. So our objective is above the clock tower. Now when you're the wolf form, you can do this, open those doors. This is actually the way you need to go, and we'll also be acquiring the ability to use the rail system. But basically in an earlier video I was kind of just wool gathering and asking people, was it just the last, I think it was just the last video, not too long ago, just a couple days I published that one, and I was asking people to tell me a little bit more about the story in this game, and I was specifically asking, who is Alucard? You know, I know that it might have been Dracula's son, I know that his name is Dracula spelled backwards, but it was just bare bones knowledge about the storyline, and you guys trust me, sometimes I could be kind of obtuse about the story, and especially when I'm really struggling hard to unlock a difficulty in anticipation of making a guide and wanting it to appear on YouTube as quick as I can, you know? So I learned that Simon's father is Trevor, and Trevor went to go rid the countryside of evil, but he failed in his attempt and was killed by Dracul. And what Dracul did was, well, before Trevor was even killed, he said something along the line. Oh, this is a really hard checkpoint. This one right here. Just really be careful of these jumps. Before Trevor was killed by Dracul, he said to Dracul that they were opposites, but he didn't reveal, for whatever reason, I don't really know what reason, but he didn't reveal to Dracul that he was his son. I don't really know why. Maybe it was shame. But once Dracul killed Trevor, he entombed him. Well, first of all, he bit Trevor, because when Trevor wakes up, he is in a coffin and he's immortal. So I think he did get bitten by Dracul. And since when Dracul killed Trevor, he didn't know who he actually killed. First of all, he didn't know he killed his son. Second of all, he didn't even know the name of the person he killed. So when he entombed him, he carved the word Alucard on the coffin because Trevor had mentioned that he was the opposite of what Dracul stood for. So along those lines, Dracul carved the word Dracula, who he was, backwards onto the tomb. And when Alucard woke up, I don't know how. This is just kind of my opinion of the story, my own kind of analysis of what's going on with the story, because I think it's a little convoluted, but it is fascinating regardless. So when Alucard arose from the coffin, he saw the word Alucard on it that Dracul had inscribed on it, and then was born the legend that is Alucard, and he continued on his quest to kill Dracula. So what does Lords of Shadow 2 have in store for us? I think it has really magnificent things awaiting for us that we don't even know really too much about. Will we be able to play as Alucard? Maybe. That'd be really cool. Probably. You know, how are they going to integrate everything together is the real question, and I'm really excited to find out the answer. It's my most anticipated game of next year, and I just can't tell you how excited I am for it. You know, fuck these new consoles right now. I mean, sure they're good, but you know what? Give me some titles first before I give you money so I can play what essentially is a bare bones lineup of shit for your launch titles. You know, give me God of War 4, give me Uncharted 4, and give me Max Payne 4. If those were available, I would already have one pre-ordered. But anyway, we're still trying to adjust to this new Google Plus fuck nonsense on YouTube. And if you haven't seen the video by Boogie2988, he published a very good video today, a very respectful, and he did the video in a very, he wasn't angry. I mean, you could see that he was really angry and frustrated, but it wasn't like a rage video, and he did a very tactful job of petitioning to YouTube, and him, Total Biscuit, and PewDiePie are all going to disable their comments starting tonight at midnight. It's already been midnight in my neck of the woods, so that's just going to be their message to YouTube. Because as it stands, I was watching one of Boogie's videos, and people were posting the entire screenplay of Star Wars on some of his comments, and posting links to spam, posting links to viruses, posting links to pornography, and it's like, these fucking people have no brains. Must have no brains. Whoever made this site the way it is currently. These fucking retards. Like, no brains. Like, open up their heads, no fucking brains in their heads. And I was just on Google Plus on my phone, and we're doing this right now. I'll go back to what I was talking about in a minute. So with the hourglass, you can toss it one time for a shorter duration, but if you hold it down, you'll do the longer duration charge, and it will help you on this section a lot more. So if you get hit by the electricity, it's instant death. So beware of that. You don't want to have to reload these long ass checkpoints. So you've noticed right here I'm going to do the hold and throw it down here. But what I was talking about a minute ago was I was on my Google Plus account, and a couple of people were talking trash. One guy had to banish from my channel, and then I looked down, and it always has recommendations, and one of the recommendations was, it said, you may know so-and-so, and it was just kind of a normal recommendation. And then the other recommendation was for Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus Christ. You may know him. You might want to add him on Google Plus. And I'm just, oh my fucking God. You know, this is what it's come to. Adding Jesus Christ on Google Plus. That was their vision for this new system. And I'm just too tired right now to start yelling, but I am so fucking pissed off at what they're doing. I feel that there's a barrier between myself and my goddamn channel. A barrier that just shouldn't exist, and I feel so disconnected. I feel lost. Utterly lost. But anyway, that's what's going on YouTube. Hopefully they'll change it if they know what's good for them, because a lot of these big names are going to hurt them where it counts with their wallets. Because I was just on a couple of PewDiePie videos, and he's disabled comments, so is Total Biscuit. And when I get back onto Boogie, I'm sure he'll have disabled the comments. So when you're going from point to point here, you want to just press over and the R2 button. That's a hard checkpoint too. You don't want to die on that area. So there's some roast beef. See how you'll occasionally get those. We will be fighting a boss battle pretty soon, and I spent like an hour trying to beat this goddamn boss, and the reason was, like, every time I could do a no damage run on it until the second phase, and it's just one of those situations where it's just so easy at first because, you know, you're always doing the same checkpoint over and over again, and then you get to the second checkpoint and it's just kind of no man's land because it takes like 5 minutes just to get to the second checkpoint area, and he kills you very quickly. But the thing to know about the boss is that you really need to utilize the hourglass and slow down time, and do as much a no damage run as you possibly can at first for the checkpoint. It's really easy. He's not hard. He's so predictable, and his tells are just so obvious. Really, seriously. So what's over here? I think I went over here not knowing that I already had this upgrade. My bad. So I think it's going to be boss time pretty soon. Oh, you know what? I opened the clues here. See, look, I wanted to put this in. Look, I opened that one, I opened that one, opened that one, and then it just skipped this entire puzzle for me. I don't know how, but I'm glad. I was just talking to one of my friends called Raskolnikov, and he admitted to me that he was drunk on the other puzzle and that he had to look online, and I said, hell, I was no better. I had to look online too, because I'm not going to waste too much time when I'm trying to put out a guide. So anyway, here's the boss battle down here. What this guy does is that move, so you need to do the dash right under him. He gives you plenty of time. You want to watch out for when he is behind you. You want to watch out for his stinger because it'll come right from the rear right there. When he does that, see, just slide right under him if you need to. If not, just back off. And his main attack is, well, that's not really his main attack, but when he does that, you need to hop on the rail up there. His main attack is a 3-hit attack that you really need to watch out. Hopefully it'll appear here. But the best way to do this is to throw the hourglass so you don't even have to interact with the rail. And this is just the easiest way to do this. This just murders this whole sequence here, see? You don't even have to worry about it. And then when he jumps back down, you need to be holding the L2 button to guard against his shockwave attack. Just guard against it, and there he's doing the laser attack. Come down, and always watch out for that stinger, so back off a little bit. See, back off. And has he even done that move? Nope, that's that move again. He does a 3-hit move, and it's essentially a charge move. He hasn't even done it yet? I'm surprised. Maybe I talked over it. But if he doesn't... Okay, he didn't even do it? That's weird. If he does it, it's just that he's going to charge across the screen considerably, so just get the hell out of the way. So right here is throw down as many stopwatches as you can, use the hourglass. And then here's the second point. I honestly think there should be a checkpoint over here because, you know, like, see how I no damaged that? It was nothing. I've no damaged that part so many damn times. Now coming over here, what's going to happen is he's going to grab you, and then you're going to need to tap the square button. And I think the theory here is you need to push him back as far as you can. He does regen his life, so this is no longer a laser attack, it's a shockwave attack. So guard against it, drop as many hourglasses as you can, use the wolf for the magic. You can also use the left, the L1, to cut through him to get some of your HP back, but you really need to focus on just taking him down and not letting him regenerate his life if he falls back too much. But just wail on him, and then when you get the prompt, hit him with the R2 button. The thing is, one time I got the glint on him so I could grab him, but then he got out of it too quickly and I failed, so watch out for that. But otherwise than that, it's a really easy boss, except for that final phase. But it would be easy if I had a checkpoint, for God's sakes. But I will see you in Alucard's quest 3 of 3. That will be video number 3 in his particular quest, and I'll see you in the next video.